You mentioned about the Italian American Civil Rights League, and so obviously going on, there was the two Unity Day events. I know the second one, obviously, that's when Joe Colombo, got shot. What's your opinion on that? You hear a lot of talk about Joey Gallo being part of it. Then you hear that Carlo Gambino was upset with Joe Colombo. I spoke with Chris Colombo. He thinks it was actually the government that did it. But what's your thoughts on who was part of this Joe Colombo conspiracy?
Well, let me tell you, I mean, I was very active in the league and I love
Yeah.
Joe Colombo. He was a mentor to me. He was always very good to me. And I believe the league was a way to get my father out of prison. That's why I was so active. But I mean, the talk at the time, because obviously that was my era and I was close and I had my ear to the wall, the talk was Joey Gallo. In my heart, after hearing everything that I've heard, I believe it was the government that set Joey
Yeah.
up. I do
Hmm.
believe Carlo Gambino and a couple other people are upset with the fact that Joe was going on late night television and he was bringing a lot of heat. Line, in front of the FBI building, which I was marching on
Yeah.
daily, that brought a lot of heat to a lot of guys. They weren't happy about it. Guys that
Yeah.
the FBI really didn't know, they got known, from walking that line. So I mean, there was
Right.
some dissension, but I have to believe it was the FBI because they hated James. They hated what we were doing. I
Hmm.
mean, we were on that line. They were throwing water balloons down from the FBI building onto the line, throwing stuff,
Wow.
throwing eggs down on us. I mean, they hated
Hmm.
everything that we were there. So I wouldn't put it past them. I don't have any evidence, and of course,
Right.
I've heard that it was Joey Gallo, um, but I believe it was the FBI.
No, that's exactly what Chris Colombo thinks too. And